Gonna build a mountain from a little hill. Gonna build a mountain, I hope I will. Gonna build a mountain, gonna build it high. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, I only know I'm gonna try.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Planet Zoo Creations. Today we're gonna be doing the llama habitat build. I've been thinking for a while how to do this exactly for the llama. Not quite sure what I would make, but I'm just gonna try and make it as best as possible. I don't know yet if I'm gonna make it like their because llama is basically from everywhere around the world now, but specifically back in the day it was originally from South America, which it still is, but it's such a known animal right now that we don't need to care that it's only from South America, because everywhere that I know there's llamas. You can even buy them and get them over into Europe, Asia, whatever. But let's get right into it, and I'm gonna make a specifically South American build for them, originate from where the llama is. So anyways, if you're wondering what I do on this channel, go look at all the videos. That's what we do, and one-for-one animal videos, and then at the end I'm building big zoos later on, and I will be live streaming progress, everything, etc. But that is for in the near future. First of all, still these videos. Anyways, if you're new around here, so what we do is the general information of the animal first, then we go to the build of the animal, and at the end there will be a big montage for you to see the animal in its habitat. So without further ado, let's stop rambling and get into the other rambling part of the general information. If you want to skip that, go ahead and skip over to the build. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy this video. Alright, general information of the llama. So the llama, or llama is a domesticated animal with a population in the wild of 7 million. The llama, or llama is a species of camelid native to the mountains and steppes of western South America. Naturally found in Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia, Chile, and Argentina. Llamas have since been introduced all over the world as livestock because of the high quality wool they produce. They are domesticated animals and have lived alongside humans as livestock and pack animals for 4,000 years. They have a long neck, long legs, and a stocky body covered in thick, shaggy wool, and they can be white, tan, piebald, black, or grey in color. Both sexes are between 1.6 and 1.8 meters tall and 92 to 100 centimeters long, weighing between 130 and 200 kilograms. Llamas are domesticated and thus are an abundant and regulated species which does not have conservation needs. They are generally good natured animals, curious and easy to train because of their extensive interaction with humans. Natural habitat: continents South America, regions Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia, Chile, and Argentina, in the biomes grassland, taiga, and temperate. Minimum habitat requirements for one adult llama is 550 square meters. They do not need climbing requirement, they do not need water requirement, and they do not need deep water requirement. The temperature requirement is a minimum of -5 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 40 degrees Celsius. They need a grade 4 fence that is higher than 2 meters tall or long. Species data, social needs. Llamas are social animals that live in mixed herds. Males often form very close bonds, and members of a llama group have a constantly changing social rank based on small fights within the herd. These consist of spitting, ramming, neck wrestling, and kicking. Reproduction. Males who want to mate will chase females, and if one is receptive, she will then lie down on the ground to allow him to mate with her. Llamas are induced ovulators, meaning that mating causes an egg to be released. Due to this, females will often get pregnant after the first mating event. She will be pregnant for 11.5 months and then give birth to a single cria, which will begin eating solid food at 2 weeks old and is fully weaned between 6 to 10 months. Females reach sexual maturity at 1 year old, while males reach sexual maturity at 3 years old. Group size excluding juveniles up to 30 males, up to 30 females, so it doesn't matter. Male bachelor group size excluding juveniles 2 up to 30. Female bachelor group size excluding juveniles 2 up to 30. We always take half of it, of what the animal needs, or if it's 1 up to 2, we're taking 2. So in this case, we're gonna be taking 15 animals, 8 females, 6 males, maybe like that. It doesn't matter. In this dominance, social hierarchy is constantly in flux based on small fights. Mating system polygynous. Maturation rules gregarious. All mature offspring are tolerated in the group. Relation with humans confident. Guest interaction. Guests can interact. Averages. For the size average of a llama for both a male and a female llama, that is 1.7 meters tall. Life expectancy for both a female and a male llama is 20 years old. The weight average for a llama is for a male and a female 165 kilograms. And if you want to read life cycle, go ahead. Research status. Fun fact 1. Unlike other grazing animals, llamas can barely stick their tongues out of their mouth because of how it is attached. Fun fact 2. Llamas can carry up to 30% of their body weight for long distances, making them excellent pack animals. Fun fact 3. During birth, all the female llamas in the herd gather around the expectant mother to protect her and her newborn from predators and males. Fun fact 4. One of the ways llamas communicate is by humming. Fun fact 5. The vicuna and the guanaco are cousins of the llama that have never been domesticated. Interspecies enrichments. You can put a llama together with a alpaca, a capybara, a collared peccary, and a greater rhea. Fun fact, one of these 4 animals will be the next video's animal. Just for your information. I always randomize the animals that I do, and I just have something in preparation already for one of these 4. So that is a little clue to the next video. I normally never do this, but coincidentally it is able to be living together with a llama. So in that species, in that thing, you might know or have a clue maybe what animal I'm referring to. Anyways, so let's get into the build for the llama. But first we're gonna get 15 minimum and see what it is. That is a land requirement of 1,250 square meters. Alright, let's go to barriers real quick. We need a grade 4. We'll do thick glass, 2 meters, that's good enough. And we need 1,250 square meters for them to be happy enough. Just move the tree out of the way. And then I'm actually gonna edit the barriers a little bit more. Something like that, and then we're gonna have a habitat gate. There we go. Alright, I think that should be... that's gonna be way too big, isn't it? 2,500, yeah, it's way too big. Alright, let's soften that a little bit. There you go. 1,600. That should be decent enough for all of the llamas. Okay, animal trading. Oh wow, 2 golden ones for the redneck wallaby. That was last time's video. Okay, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. 13, 14, and 15. We'll get them in the zoo real quick. And because there's 15 animals, I'm also gonna introduce a little bit of more keepers. And we'll also get another vet, to be sure. That there's enough people around for this llama. Alright, here we go. Oh. Okay, first of all, the terrain. I do want to make like a bit of a mountainous area, but not too big, if you know what I mean. Just a bit of a water puddle over here, maybe. I do think this is a little bit too big. Something like that is, oh, oops. Something like that is perfect. You don't need more, in my opinion. Why can I not get off the ground, please? Thank you. No, that's not what I want. Okay. Well, that's just really great. Alright, there we go. That's what I needed. Okay, as you may see, it looks very crowded, which indeed it is. Is this an albino? You look like an albino, but yeah, the thing is, there's also white alpacas, so it's good to see some colorations differences. That's really great. Anyways, you might be thinking like, how's the terrain doing? Is it enough? Is it enough? Yes, it is definitely enough for all of them. Don't you worry. So yeah, I have like kind of selected to have a little bit of a mountainous area for them, but I do not want it to be this fully big mountainous area. Just some spots in there, here and there, and a little bit hilly on that side. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Now we're gonna create all of this because it cannot always be long grass for them. So let's just make it a little bit shorter. There we go. They do not need a hard shelter, which is good. This is already good enough, but obviously we were gonna get a little bit of difference in here. That looks a little bit better. And then we'll have one rock salt thing in there. That looks much better. Something like that. Diseased animal. Yeah, we'll get what they need. Okay, short grass could be a little bit more. Something like that. Looks decent. Okay, let's look into their hard shelter, what they can have. Because it's not that they don't need it, that it's... we're not gonna do it, of course. That's kind of the thing, you know. Llama. There we go. Since it's a South American one, if I could get a South American one in here, that would be very good. Oh my lord. That's big. That is enormous. That is really huge, but it looks good. And it even has the llamas on top of it, so yeah. That would actually be really cool if we could place that in. It just doesn't fit. I'm thinking, should I do it or shouldn't I? Yeah, this is also really good. It's South American, you know, but it's pretty basic. And this is really South American, and it has the llamas on top of it, so... It would be cool, wouldn't it, to make it? It would be really cool to get them into such a habitat, of course, South America. Now I'm thinking of it. Should I do it? Because they're on top of it, let's do it. Let's actually do it. Alright. So we're gonna have to adjust the barriers just a little bit. I say why not? Why not, right? Why not? Could be nice, could be cool, could be whatever, you know? So let's extend the build just a little bit like this. Alright, can we place it in here? Oh my god, it's still so big. It's so big. Why is it so big? It's just taking up everything. Like, look, they're literally on this, so I do want to kind of place it in there, but I don't think I can do it, guys. I don't think it's not. Yeah, let's not do it. I'll just place the smaller one. I'm not gonna extend it so big just for that, you know. Okay, that looks good enough. Just gonna need to put this a little bit higher up. Oh lord. Okay. And we'll put some large beddings all in here. Okay, looks good. I do like it. I do like it. But the hilly sections cannot be too big. Just a little bit, you know, just a little. Alright, let's see how you do on terrain. You need a little bit more longer grass. Okay, that's not an issue. I can definitely make that happen. In this corner over here. This corner is fully in it. Okay, something like that. Okay. Doing good on space. Okay, looking pretty decent with the water spot over here. Okay, that's looking decent. Now let's move on to the coverage then. Plants. Biome. Taiga. Temperate and grassland. No, you're not. No, you're not gonna mate. Well, we can have them mating. But I forgot. We can actually have them mate, but I would rather not. I would rather keep it at 15 years old. 15 total. Alright, and then the continent is South/Central America. Okay. I don't know if this really fits. Like it's an African, you know, so. We need like something that's only from South America, if you know what I mean. Something like this. Those are definitely South American. Can't wait to see what they'll actually do with all of this info. I'd love placing these all around, so yeah. Don't know why they all got reset, by the way, but hey. They also sound like a cow for some reason. Is that just me, or because I didn't really know much about them? But I'm ready to learn about them. Don't get me wrong, you know. Oh, look at this. That's cute. Tell me that doesn't sound like a cow, dude. That's weird. I like it though. It's cool. How does this look? Not too bad, not too bad. think that looks pretty decent. Let's maybe get rid of one of these. Because I do think that they don't fit that well. And then let's maybe put one over here as well, and then we'll call it at that a bit. Okay, they're 100% happy with that. I just want to maybe add a few of these around the water here. How's you doing on coverage? A little bit too much. Definitely put those away, but those really fit with the llamas. You also gotta know they're a little bit of a taiga species as well, you know. All right, so 92%. Oops. So the coverage is just a little bit like it's just that little bit too much. But it's gonna be better now. 93%. Let's get it up to 100. 95. Okay. Alright, 100%, that's perfect. Okay, let's get into their enrichments then. Enrichment food for the llama. There we go. Grazing ball. And then we got a feeder, which I'll put right there. And a barrel. Obviously it's not enough food enrichment, of course. They need many more, which is logic, because they're with a lot. They're with a lot. Yeah, they're at 70, 80. And let's put another barrel over there. 100. Let's also put one in their house thingy, why not? 110. Maybe a ball over here, and that's good enough. 120. That is perfect what they need. Okay. Yeah, they need a lot of feeders, guys, because else they're gonna be... There's 15 animals in here, of course, you know. Then, toys enrichments, they do not need climbable, but toys, of course, a block of ice, a grab ball. We'll place the grab ball over here. Herbivore scent maker. Usually I put that at their place, but we'll place it there. A rubbing pillar. That might be a decent spot. And then a scratching tree. Totally forgot that they might like scratching trees. How does that look? The ground? Didn't it affect the ground? Nope, it did not really affect the ground too much, so that's good. Yeah, habitat cleanliness. Well, I know, but get to work, please. They really have got to get to work, because I got more caretakers and all to get rid of that issue. And how does that look? It's definitely upped the area a bit, but it doesn't seem to be that much of an issue. I'm assuming that's decent. Okay. Are they able to do it though? Accessible. Alright, where they all can run. They cannot not run here, but coverage should be decent enough. This one's already using the pillar, so that's good. It's accessible, they say, so that should be decent. Accessible. Okay, that looks decent. Habitat cleanliness, I know. But the thing is, I have put enough caretakers and stuff, so that should be fine, I think. Anyways, let's get into the montage then, guys, because I think this is the best we can do for them. I honestly quite like how it's looking. Basic bit, but decent enough. So thanks so much for watching, and let's get into the montage. Okay everyone, that's gonna be it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it of the llamas build. It's a pretty special one if you ask me to do, because it's a specific animal, isn't it? A llama. It's something special. The sounds that it makes is pretty cool. So yeah, it's a very odd animal. I don't see a lot of people doing this, only in specific South American type zoos. But hey, I actually enjoyed it more than I would have thought. Yeah, it was pretty hard to make this build because I didn't know which way I wanted to go, so I've kind of made it a little bit basic, maybe a little bit too much coverage, I don't know, but hey, it is what it is, and let's head on to the next animal to do. So thanks so much for watching guys, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.